I am in Moundsville, West Virginia, outside of the archive of the Afterlife. This is actually a paranormal museum. I do find the paranormal very interesting. I would definitely consider myself more of a skeptic, but I also haven't really done any like actual explorations or investigations. I think I'm way too impatient for that. But yeah, this should be pretty interesting. Let's head inside. The archive is created and curated by Steve Hummel, who was there when I visited, and he's a really cool guy. The archive now occupies 2 rooms in this converted school building, and it's jam-packed with all sorts of haunted and paranormal stuff worthy of the title National Museum of the Paranormal. There's some old post-mortem photography and memorial hair frames. This is a portrait of Annie, a mysterious woman whose identity the archive has done much research on. Post-mortem photography of babies and small children is always sad, but that practice went on well beyond the Victorian era. I have never seen so many creepy and haunted dolls in my life. This chair apparently emits depressing energy, and the plastic horse sometimes mysteriously moves. This is the Delaware doll, which haunted the dog of its original owner and had negative effects on the former owner himself. Sarah the doll has been reported by the staff and visitors to emit negative energy. This key was once used at a 20th century insane asylum in St. Albans, England, and there's a bullwhip. This chanting idol has been witnessed making strange sounds like humming. However, it's not believed to be from its tribal origins. This is Ashen, the creepiest of dolls, which was abruptly left by a visitor, so they don't know its origins. However, the staff does believe that there's something up with it. The nun doll belonged to a confined mentally ill woman. These items are from the former Schuylkill Insane Asylum in Pennsylvania. This is a museum staple, John Dillinger's death mask. Here's a collection of bricks from some haunted buildings like prisons, asylums, and orphanages. The museum offers a memorial altar for guests to leave mementos in memory of someone. Here's a legally obtained piece of the grave of Nancy Williams at Mountwood Cemetery in Wheeling. I did do a video there. That's some pet crematory rubble from Wheeling. There's a large collection of sod samples from all sorts of haunted sites and graves, all obtained with permission. There's some sod from the Harry Powers murder farm and H.H. Holmes's grave in Pennsylvania. There's lots of samples from Civil War battlefields like Antietam and Gettysburg, always very haunted places. And some from Chief Cornstalk's cursed grave in Point Pleasant. I have a video there as well. Now onto some artifacts from the West Virginia Penitentiary here in Moundsville. Also, I did a video there, by the way. The penitentiary is one of the most haunted locations in the entire country. There have been lots of paranormal shows and investigations done there, as the place does have a history of violence and brutality. And this was a basketball used in the prison yard. That is a used execution cap from the penitentiary. Over 80 men were hanged there, and 9 were executed in Old Sparky, the electric chair. Also, the curator has a YouTube channel, Paranormal Quest. They do great paranormal investigation documentaries, and this is the camcorder that started their channel. This is an embalming table made of porcelain that was used in the 30s and 40s. That's an embalming fluid machine. And an embalming toolkit. In this corner, there are many more creepy dolls. This is a mutilated effigy. It was haunting a house in West Virginia. They called Paranormal Quest to investigate, and they experimented to see if the doll would move on its own, and it in fact did. Here's a military display. There are lots of helmets with obvious bullet holes and shrapnel hits that more than likely killed those who bravely wore these helmets. These are always some of the saddest things you see at military museums. This is some deck board from the USS North Carolina. In the back they have a collection of life and death masks. This is a piece of silk cushion from Elvis's Moundsville drive home. It was formerly displayed at the original Mike Moon Elvis Museum in Pigeon Forge. Of course, there are many conspiracies surrounding the death of Marilyn Monroe, and here they have a piece of her hair. And also a swatch from one of her silk stockings. This is a Civil War era wicker casket, which is pretty interesting. Again, there's no short supply of creepy dolls here. Another embalming table, and a death clock that followed the English and Irish tradition of stopping clocks at the exact time of someone's death. An old baby casket. This bed frame is from the Eloise Psychiatric Hospital in Michigan, probably used starting in the 1940s until the place closed. This doctor's chair has been documented having some energy attached to it. So this is one of the best places someone interested in the paranormal can go to, an absolutely great place, and I certainly hope this place gets more attention and more people start to visit. So that was the Archive of the Afterlife. Really interesting collection. And the curator, Steve, really cool guy. He's also part of a YouTube channel called Paranormal Quest. I'll put their link in the description. From what I saw, it looks like they have some pretty good stuff on there. But if you liked this video, first off, I highly recommend that you come out here to Moundsville and visit the museum for yourself. But also check out my other videos. I'm into a few similar places like this, but I also do all sorts of roadside attractions and museums. So please go check those videos out, and thanks for watching.